My amazing partner. When Keith Urban finally talked about his marriage ending after 19 years, everyone was shocked by what he said. He didn't sound like most famous people do. Instead, he sounded really tired, like someone who lost something very important to him. He told the truth about Nicole Kidman, their life together, and mistakes he now knows he made. What Keith said that surprised everyone. Keith didn't talk for almost 2 months after people found out about the separation. Everyone was guessing what happened between him and Nicole after being married for 19 years. But when Keith finally spoke during one of his concerts, he didn't read from a written paper. He was on stage in front of thousands of people when he said something nobody expected. I messed everything up really badly. It was honest and sad. These weren't words someone told him to say. They came from his heart. What made people feel really sad wasn't just what he said, but when he said it. Nicole had asked for a divorce on September 30th, 2025. This ended a marriage that many people thought was one of the strongest in Hollywood. Keith seemed to say that problems had been growing for years. Looking back, there were signs. His voice would crack during interviews. He cried when he thanked Nicole at an award show in 2024. Fans noticed they seemed more distant before the news came out. The rumors people talked about. After Keith changed some song words, rumors spread really fast. People started talking about Maggie Ball, a 25-year-old guitar player who was touring with Keith. Fans noticed little things, how they looked at each other on stage and seemed friendly. But when people heard Keith change the words of a song he wrote about Nicole to include Maggie's name, the internet went crazy. The song was special because Keith had said it was about Nicole when they first met. Now he was singing different words, and it hurt people's feelings. Maggie's dad tried to explain that they were just working together, but people kept talking. Even other country singers said they felt sad about all the rumors. Keith told the crowd at his last show, "I've been singing it this way for a long time. Stop thinking there's more to it." But people still didn't believe him. Problems started long ago. Before all the rumors and viral videos, people close to Keith and Nicole noticed something was wrong. They stopped showing up to events together. At first, people thought it was just because they were busy, but it kept happening. The real problem was their jobs. Nicole was making movies all the time. Keith was traveling for concerts. For almost 20 years, they made it work. But by 2024 and 2025, they were living separate lives. They were like two people going in different directions, according to people who knew them. Keith started sounding tired in interviews. When someone asked how they managed their schedules, Keith said, "It's a job. Life keeps going." He didn't sound happy. Behind the scenes, things were getting worse. Nicole was trying to save their marriage, but Keith was going through something difficult that he didn't talk about. When everything fell apart. When Nicole filed for divorce on September 30th, 2025, people were shocked. But what was even more surprising was that Nicole didn't want the marriage to end. Friends said she was still trying to fix things. She thought they were working it out. But Keith had already made up his mind. People close to Nicole said she was shocked. For almost 20 years of love, she thought they could fix their problems. But Keith decided it was over, and he didn't change his mind. Keith didn't post on social media for almost 2 months. Then he came back to promote a new TV show. In the show, he talked about waking up early feeling sick, lonely, and sad on tour. He wondered why he kept doing it. Nicole stayed quiet. She didn't do interviews or make statements. People who knew her understood why. She didn't want the marriage to end. She had helped Keith through hard times for years. And now it was over, not because she left, but because he decided to end it. The real truth. In the weeks after the divorce, Keith acted confused. Sometimes he was quiet. Other times he posted funny things online. Then he told fans to stop making up stories about his song lyrics. But slowly the truth came out. At his last concert in Nashville, Keith looked really tired. He said, "I've been doing this for a long time. Stop guessing what it means." The truth wasn't about another person or a secret. It was simpler and sadder. Keith wasn't okay, and he hadn't been for a long time. Touring made him lonely. He felt overwhelmed. He talked about feeling miserable waking up at 3:30 in the morning on the tour bus. People described it as Keith struggling with his life. He didn't fully understand what was happening until it was too late. He didn't leave Nicole for someone else. He left because he couldn't handle everything anymore. What's left now? When everything calmed down, the story wasn't about rumors or changed song lyrics. It was about two people who spent almost 20 years together, now going separate ways. Nicole didn't want to leave. Friends said she tried to save the marriage. She changed her work schedule and tried to protect their two daughters from the problems. But by the time she filed for divorce, she knew it was already over. Keith showed he was struggling. He posted online, promoted his new show, and tried to explain things. But in quiet moments, people could see he was tired. His words about being lonely and messing everything up showed how he really felt. People close to them said that by the time everyone found out, Keith had already moved on in his mind. The love between Keith and Nicole didn't end because it was weak. It ended because life was too hard, and they couldn't fix the problems fast enough. Now they're both moving forward separately. The saddest part is how much they once believed in their future together. The end. Keith Urban's honesty came too late to save what he and Nicole built over 19 years. Their story shows that even strong relationships can break when life gets too hard. Sometimes people struggle in ways others can't see.